So Nintendo just released the Wave 3 of the Mario Kart 8 Booster Course Pass. I'm gonna get that right one of these days. And because I did the ranking for the Wave 2 tracks, I thought, hey, I'd come back and do the Wave 3 checks because you all had such wonderful comments such as, more please, you beautiful man. And finally, someone who agrees with me about the mushrooms. So Wave 3 overall, yeah, pretty good selection of tracks here. Although I will say it's kind of a clear divide whenever you actually look at the track selection. It's like, these are art, and these are just here for content. All right, it's enough rambling. Let's get ranking. I'm gonna be totally honest with you guys. I've played this track multiple times now. I legitimately don't remember a single defining feature about London Loop. I'm not even kidding you guys. I'm sitting here trying to like remember some. Hey, oh, it's got chain chomps. I remember that. Almost every track out of here, like I like, or I tolerate, or I'm a pretty big fan of. I'm never gonna play London Loop again. I've played it multiple times now. I don't care. It's so slow and boring, and it's like, this is London. We could have done something with this. I mean, we could have done some like anti-gravity going up Big Ben. Like, I don't know. Could have knocked over some ladies' fish and chips as we drove past. I'm giving you guys gold here. Big Ben was a good idea. The fish and chips, that was pretty bad. But like, wow, just look at all this fantastic gameplay. If you look really closely, you can see this is the part where the life left my eyes. I'm a little upset about this one. So Rock Mountain is a really just kind of like cut and dry, solid 3DS track. It's not anything amazing, but it does have a fun, like really long gliding session that you can have throughout the middle of the track. It's got this really fun, huge ramp going up a mountain. You know, it's a good time. They just fucking murdered it in this version. So what'd they do here? They got rid of the ramp at the beginning, and then they got rid of 2 of the boosters on the huge like mountain going up there before you get to that big gliding section at the end. It just completely slows the pacing down by having these like little, what are these called, bumpers, twisty bumper things. 2 of those does not make up for 2 bump boosters. Replacing 2 of these boost pads with 2 stupid bumpers, like that doesn't help at all. That doesn't make up for like the lack of speed that I'm feeling. And overall, it just kind of feels like this track is bigger. It feels like when they scaled it from the 3DS version, it's like they made it too big. I don't have any proof on that. I guess I could watch a comparison video on YouTube where I could play some gameplay of it right here maybe. But it just feels a lot slower to play. Like the way the track is paced now, it's just feels kind of boring. I don't hate this track. I still have a fun time playing it. It feels like they took like a 7 to an 8 out of 10 track and they brought it down to a 6. But I'm just gonna say it, like, Nintendo, I think you're really missing something here. And it rhymes with tramp. I haven't really heard anything about Berlin Byways. I know that this has been in Mario Kart Tour for a while. The only thing that I really knew about it, somebody told me a while back that the music was good. The song belongs in a museum! But yeah, this is just a really solid race. It's not too flashy, it's not too showy, it just kind of comes and goes, and you know, it's pretty good. And I know pretty much all the tour tracks do this, but I really want to highlight Berlin Byways here for a second because this track does a really good job of switching up its laps like every time. I can't remember a ton of specifics off the top of my head here, but I did feel like this kind of kept me like energized and interested throughout the entirety of it, and it didn't feel like the track was just changing for the sake of it. Like it felt like the track really like wanted to mix it up and throw something new at you every single lap. And you know what? I remember things about this track, like these elephants. So it's got that going for it. And this is one of those tracks too, where you know that this is not even remotely close to being built for 200cc, but it is just pure, unmitigated chaos. And I kinda love it for that. Alright, so this is where it got really hard to make this list. I don't feel good about myself putting Peach Gardens at number 5, but sacrifices have to be made for the sake of content. Peach Gardens is a pretty good remake. I think some of the elements like the greenery here being taken out and some of the shrubbery being taken out make the track a little bit easier in my opinion, but overall, it's not negatively impacting it so much to where I really care. I just kind of felt like, I don't know, I just felt like I needed to mention it. But I did like the changes whenever you're going throughout whatever that's called. It felt like I had more space whenever I was going throughout that. It didn't feel as claustrophobic and cramped. And I think on this track that felt good because I always did think that part could be a little challenging at times, like with the chain jumps bouncing around, but you have a little bit more space here, and I think it's a little more beginner friendly for people, and I think that's good. You know, I'm okay with some of these changes, maybe not necessarily making it easier, but just making it overall better. And I'm sorry, is the third lap backwards? Is that a callback to that mission from Mario Kart DS where you had to drive backwards throughout? I feel like it is. I like that. All right, so Nintendo, they didn't have to go and do this, but they just done to go make this track all sexy now. Dude, it just tickles my gams to see Nintendo giving this much love to the GBA tracks. So in the last wave, we got Snowland, which I thought was like one of the best GBA remakes that we've gotten in the entirety of Mario Kart 8, because I think it did a really good job of respecting the original source material and updating it for a modern audience and adding cool elements into it and changing the elevation. And ladies and gentlemen, we just got another one of those. Boo Lake does another really good job of looking at what the original did and saying, how do we update this while keeping the integrity of the original intact? I love that they kept the overall layout almost the exact same because it was always kind of chaotic back in the day, like the way you slide around on the pier. But now you have this entire underwater segment. And this race, it's just, man, this is just a solid track. It's not too crazy, it's not too flashy or showy or anything, but it's just gonna deliver you a really solid time. It's kind of like going on a date with my wife. I just know I'm gonna like pop in, pop back out of there, and I'm really sorry for that. I really like the pace of this track overall. It just feels a lot faster from what I remember. Really like the underwater segments. That does a whole lot to add this level of verticality to the track. And it also just kind of like weighs your car down a little bit more, so it just feels a little different. Just adds that little spice of variety that you kind of need sometimes in a good track. Yeah, this firmly sits at number 4 for Jacob. Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm just as shocked as you are. I don't have a lot to say about this track. It just makes me happy. You got like the big mountain here where I'm zipping down and it makes me feel like I'm playing 1080 snowboarding again. It's got trains. I like trains. It's got snow, which I'm a big fan. Daisy also likes it too. I just don't like driving on the road in it. Oh, and they brought half pipes back? Just make a new 1080 snowboarding, Nintendo, what the hell? Nintendo did a really good job of putting this out around Christmas time because, like, I'm just in the mood to play this, like, track over and over again, and it is shockingly fun. I think it's by far my favorite new track that they've included. Is this in Sky High Sunday the only new ones right now? I think it is. Yeah, this is a lot better than Sky High Sunday. I feel like this is a race that is extremely underrated, and myself included. Like, I don't hear a lot of people thinking about this track or talking about it. Maybe I'm not talking with enough people who like Mario Kart Wii, I don't know. Mario Kart Wii was never my favorite, so I think I've forgotten a lot of the really good tracks that are inside of that game, and this is one of them. This is a really good version of this race. The only thing that I wish that they would have kept in, but I kind of understand why they got rid of it, is the the bumping trampoline? Is that what it is? It's a bridge. There's something at the end that you bounce up and down on a lot in the Wii version, and I cannot for the life of me remember exactly what it is right now. Oh yeah, it's like this net bridge thing. This is the main reason I bought this tablet, so I could refer to stuff while I'm recording. But man, they kept the good vibes of this track. They kept the half pipe here. This is just fun. Like, I forgot how fun Maple Treeway is of a track. The only problem with this track is I don't know what the it is, but it's like every time I play it, I get kind of tossed around and I can barely get second. But in 200cc, I just get first every time. It's like no matter what I do when I'm playing 150cc, like a green shell or a banana or a big dumpy blue shell is just making a fucking beeline straight for me the second I'm gaining any ground. I'm a little frustrated right now. They made the track all pretty. 3DS Rainbow Road is one that I have not played in years. Mario Kart 7 was never my favorite Mario Kart. It always just kind of felt like a random stopgap until you got to Mario Kart 8. It basically felt like portable Wii, and I wasn't like a huge fan of Wii. It was okay. It doesn't have Waluigi. What the hell? But one thing that I have always loved is 3DS Rainbow Road. Man, that theme is so good. And I listened to the Smash remix of that so many times. The only thing I don't like about the theme in this one is I feel like every time I get to the awesome like N64 part, the music always gets cut off or messed up or something as I get to the moon and then it changes to the moony version of it. I just want to feel like I'm 4 again, damn it. I'm so happy that they did not leave this track alone. Look at this glow up, dude. Look how nice that looks. The texture in the freaking road. Look at these planets that move now and shit. Oh my god, look at Saturn, look how good that looks! The best track by far out of this wave, at least in my opinion. I'm not gonna lie, I think this is one of my favorite tracks in Mario Kart 8, like in general now. It's not even just about the way it looks, like the music sounds better, the track is paced better now, like it feels faster. This is seriously a contender for one of my favorite tracks in the entire game now, and I haven't said that about any Booster Course Pass, I finally said it right, race in any of the waves so far. Every time I play this race, I'm just grinning from like ear to ear. I just have such a fun time. I'm sitting here thinking about it and smiling like an idiot because it's just so fun. Dude, I haven't had a drink like this entire time. I'm so thirsty. I really don't have any complaints about it other than the music thing that I said earlier, and that's when you know you got a pretty good track. Okay, so that about wraps up Wave 3 rankings. Did you guys enjoy this? Did you have a fun time? I hope you did. I'm sorry I didn't wear a Mario Kart shirt or anything. I had this Zelda shirt that I threw on. It just kind of felt like it. I don't know. I got some dog hair on me too. So I really came prepared for the camera today. Okay, bye everybody. I don't know why I said that. Like Luigi from Luigi's Mansion. Bye-bye. Oh my god, that was so close.